I am Vinnie Tortorich, folks. Your good intentions have been stolen, but don't worry. I'm here to help you get them back. You may be soft and succulent at the beginning of this process, but hang in there. Before long, you will be lean and mean, guaranteed. Just like the woman on the other mic, she comes in every Wednesday, whether I want her to or not. There's Gina Grad. And I got to tell you, today, wow, today she is hotter than Texas asphalt. I'm looking at her over there, and oh my God, she put the makeup on. She did it all for me. That's right. She somehow got the hot legs, right, Rod? Who's knocking at your door? Yeah, she's got hot legs. I was watching it. I was looking at those old photos of you today, Gina.
Yep.
From not K100, W100.
100.3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
That was, and you know what? A ringing endorsement for you. That was prime Vinnie time. Prime NSNG, prime initially taking all that weight off, and boy, did I want to show that off. So I'm back in gear again, and yeah, that was prime Vinnie time.
Gina, the reason I was playing Rod Stewart's Hot Legs is because, as you know, everything reminds me of a song.
Yes, everything.
And I was doing something, and this is fitness related. That's why, I was thinking of the song before you even came on, looking smoking ass hot. I don't know what you did today, but keep doing it.
I had another show, but then of course I looked like hell warmed over, and I had to prep for Vinnie because I want,
Yeah, right. What she's trying to say is she gets all done up for her other show.
Here's the thing. It's no longer a secret. Everybody knows that you and I have been going hot and heavy for a while.
Yeah.
I have to make sure I look my best.
Yeah. Yeah. We've been, I hope Serena and Andy don't figure it out.
It's not going to stop me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, it's not unrequited. It is what it is.
What it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I think if you and I ever ended up in bed together, nothing would happen because we would laugh all night.
It would be ridiculous. And I think now the thing that scares me is if my husband and your wife ever wanted to get together as revenge, they'd probably have a really good time.
Yeah.
We morons. Anyway, moving on.
My wife is 61 years old. She would kick him out of bed and go, I need my space. There's a bedroom made up next door. Just go there.
Sleep on the floor with Bonzo.
Yeah. Oh, Bonzo doesn't sleep on the floor.
Of course. The little prince.
No. So in that song, Rod Stewart says, I'm going to need a shot of vitamin E by the time you're finished with me. I'm talking to you, hot legs. You wear me out. Hot legs. You make me scream and shout. Hot legs. Blah, 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 blah. So that's the words.
That's great.
And I was just taking my vitamin E. Now, the whole thing about vitamin E and, sexual prowess, you don't know that? I mean, that's why that was in that song.
That's the first I heard of it. I know when girls have certain, procedures done, like, oh, I don't know, we microblade our eyebrows or whatever, you always have to put vitamin E on it.
Vitamin E. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know it did anything else.
Yeah. Well, okay. It was said back in the 70s and 80s, kind of around the time that oysters were supposed to make you
an aphrodisiac.
An aphrodisiac, which it does not, because I used to eat them. I'd go out 3-4 dozen. My family were fishermen from Calabria, and they had a fish market. So I grew up shucking oysters and slurping them off the shell. So 3-4 dozen. Yeah, back when I was playing football, that didn't even fill me up. Right? Wow. It was like, now I'm warmed up. Now it's time to go eat. And if that didn't, well, I was a horny 19-year-old. So, but I didn't get hornier because of it. Right.
You were age appropriately horny.
Yeah. For an Italian. Sure. So the whole thing was, if you take vitamin E, like if you had a lot of sex, I don't want this to get gross and macabre, but if you had a lot of sex and a lot of ejaculations, somehow the vitamin E is supposed to help you rebuild up, your sperm cell and semen and everything again, so you're ready to go. So you ever hear of a guy named Peter North?
Sure have.
You know what his nickname was?
What?
The Painter.
Okay.
And people say, oh, you must just drink just bottles of vitamin E, right?
I feel like this is the time where I grab the steering wheel and just jerk it right back onto the road for you before this gets way too
Oh,
horrible.
but here is where we're going with it. I take vitamin E every day. And look, by the way, this is not, oh, he's selling his vitamin company. We don't sell vitamin
I
E.
don't think you have E.
No, we don't sell an E.
Yeah.
But if I did, it would be identical to the E I'm taking now. Because vitamin E has been shown in studies to be very heart healthy, especially as you age.
Really?
Yeah. So it comes into the heading of it, as your people would say, it can't hoit.
It couldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I take vitamin E every day.
And is it a pill?
No, it comes in a little gel thing because
Okay.
it's a little gel cap and
Like fish oil, the squishy gel cap.
yeah, just squishy, is tiny.
Yeah.
Now, not all vitamin E is created equally, Gina. I bet you didn't know that.
Did not know that.
Oh, not all created equally. The normal one you hear about is tocopherol.
Okay.
Okay. And that's the one when you go buy grocery store vitamin E, or
Right.
even you go to Whole Foods or anywhere, you're going to get tocopherol.
Okay.
Because it's the cheaper version, and there's nothing wrong with tocopherol. But there's another type that's actually more bioavailable, and actually that's the one they did the studies on for the heart health and everything else. Tocotrienol. Now I'm going to try to spell it. So folks, if you put some of this into your Google machine, you'll get it. T-O-C-O. So T-O-C-O-T-R-I-E-C-O-N-O-L.
Got it.
Is that how it came up?
Yeah. Tocotrienol.
Yeah. That's the form you want to take. And the study's done on it. Now I'm going from memory. And Gina, as you know, I have somewhat of a photographic memory of things I've read.
You sure do.
They did a study on older people. I can't remember the age groups, but older, maybe starting at 60 up to 75. And I want to say they started with 200 milligrams per day. And after a couple of weeks, that was increased to 400 milligrams a day. And I want to say by the end of the 7 or 8 week study, it was 700 milligrams a day. They were ramping it up just to see what happened. And they had some heart healthy effects. And I can't remember what those are. If some of the plaque changed or, something happened with the heart and whatever. I would have to go back because I've been doing this for a long time, but it's like, why am I doing this and not telling my audience? Because I've always been an open book. So yeah, I take, let's see, 125 times 2. So I take 600 milligrams. No, 125, that's 250. I take 500 milligrams a day. I take 250 in the morning, 250 in the evening, and Bob's your uncle. That's the way I do it.
And it's funny because when I put the word in, one of the first thing that came up was from today's geriatric medicine, because you're saying it's better as you age. And the first thing it says is tocotrienol was found to have the highest concentration of the most potent vitamin E form. And it's a great daily supplement. So this is the first time hearing of it. And even though I think I'm 25 years old, it's probably something I should start taking. At
your young age, you're going to start taking it. And here's the deal. People are going to go, well, what brand do you take?
Oh, yeah. There's tons that come up.
Okay. I'm not going to sit here and endorse a brand.
Well,
but
if you like it.
Here's what I know about tocotrienol. There's basically one company in the United States that makes it. So then everyone else who's making a vitamin E is actually using it from that one company.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm in the vitamin business. We have to buy raw products from other companies. The reason, we go around the world to find the best form of vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C. So I could tell you where vitamin E comes from. It all comes from one company. So if you're going to get that version, anything that you find on Amazon or wherever you buy vitamins, the version of tocotrienol that's going to be in there is going to be theirs.
So what do we look for?
You want it to be just pure that.
Okay, so it doesn't even have to say vitamin E.
No, it's got to say vitamin E.
Okay, I just want to be clear.
All right, so let me go back because I was a little confusing.
Yeah.
There's a company that there's not a manufacturer, but there's a people who make, the people who make this in the United States. I think Japan makes it too, and a few other countries. But there's one company in the United States, and all the brands you're going to find here, like you'll find the brand. Like in other words, if Pure Vitamin Club decided to make a vitamin E, I would go to that company to source their product because they have the best.
I see.
And pretty much the only one.
And it's interesting. Can you tell us this? Because when this pops up, it comes in every manner of price range. I'm looking at $8. I'm looking at $80. What do you think is a proper what to spend on a?
I think I get. You know what? I should just give the brand out.
Don't make me guess.
In order to do this, I'm going to have to pretend I'm going on to Amazon because I researched it years ago. And after I researched it, I just get the same thing every time.
You're going to have to go to like past, history shopping cart.
That's correct. Because to be more honest, Serena, when I was saying, hey, I'm out of V, and as a matter of fact, I have to go to Serena's. I have to go to Serena's thing.
Let me ask you this: is it Thorne, Thorne?
Thorne makes a good product. But I'm not going to use Thorne for that.
Okay.
But Thorne, I don't want to throw Thorne under the bus because Thorne makes a lot of good products.
Yeah.
Again, being in the vitamin business, all the companies.
Right. And if you need a minute, I can filibuster unless you're close.
I don't know how, of course, everything. Oh, here it is. Okay. This will tell you everything you need to hear.
What is it?
It's the one I get it from is called Cardiovascular Research Limited, LTD. It's a white bottle with red writing on it, if anyone cares. And I get the soft gel, 125 milligrams. I get 2 bottles. Each bottle has 60 capsules in it.
Yeah.
So I get 120 of those for $65.
I'm looking right at it. Yeah. Cardiovascular research. Yeah.
Yeah. I get the 2-pack.
So if you're getting a bottle, they should be around $35 a bottle for 60. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually, if you're getting 1 bottle, it's going to probably cost more. I probably found that deal. And like I said, once it's in your cart, and the reason it took me a minute is I don't go to Amazon because I can't shop on Amazon.
Oh, right.
I'm an influencer. So Serena has to shop. So we only have one Amazon account. And, so there you have it, folks. You just learned a little something today. That's a vitamin I take that I don't sell.
I love it. I've literally, like I'm telling you, the only time you ever hear about vitamin E is, put a little vitamin E on that scar, put a little vitamin E on that, whatever. But it's just a external, rub a little bit of it on your, again, eyebrows after you get a microbladed or whatever you people are doing with your lives.
And by the way, Gina, this is going to sound crazy. I don't think I have good skin.
Yes, you do.
I'm told that I have. I was on stage with your old boss, Adam Carolla, over in Maryland about a month and a half ago.
Right. Yeah.
And when I came off stage, I was hanging off to the side. There's a big meet and greet.
Right.
And you try to do your best to stay away from that.
Yes.
Because that's not your thing. That's their thing.
Uh-huh.
So the comedian that was going on with Adam on the second show was standing around asking me health and fitness questions, and I was more than happy to. Super nice guy. He looked like a poor man's Bert Kreischer, if you can imagine that.
That was.
He was a heavy-set guy. I can't remember his name. Super nice guy. And a woman got out of line and came over to me and said, "Hey, I just want you to know, I was looking at you up there on stage. The lights are bright on. Yep. You have wonderful skin." I could say it's the vitamin E. I could say it's 1,000 years of taking gelatin, which a collagen protein. So we could talk about that for a second. People say, well, what about collagen peptides? Should I take the peptides? I see Jennifer Aniston's advertising the vital protein. If you have extra money and you want to spend it on collagen peptides, knock yourself out. You're going to get exactly the same thing if you take Knox gelatin. Now, let me tell you, Knox gelatin, the plus side is
Cheaper.
Another plus, you can actually make gelatin out of it. Sometimes I put a little fresh vanilla in there, and all you got to do is just go scoop. You got a big bowl of gelatin, just scoop it out and eat it.
Can I tell you before you tell us the next thing? I talked to my mom about that, and I said, Vinnie, between collagen peptides and Knox, and she unlocked a core memory from when we were kids. She goes, I used to make you kids Knox blocks every day. I go, no, just little Jello cubes, but because she used Knox, they were called Knox blocks. So apparently I got a ton of Knox gelatin as a kid.
That's why you look the way you do.
It must be.
So, but Gina, we both have that dark skin that keeps going and going and going, right? So we have that European thing, but yeah, that's something I do every day.
We've never talked about this.
Oh, I've talked about it with Anna a gazillion times. People know that. And so let me give you another reason. Knox, let me knock Knox.
Okay.
It won't make the problem with a collagen peptide is the same stuff as Knox gelatin. What they do is they hydrogenate it in a certain way.
Okay.
And it makes it easy to mix. So if you put it in water, it's not clumpy.
I got one.
So it doesn't have that horse hoof smell to it.
Yeah. I have one it's no sugar, but it has like a lemon overtone. I don't love it. Because I know, but it's just so hard to drink. Anyway.
Well, do you drink coffee?
I'll drink a little bit of coffee. Yeah. Can I put it in there?
Mix it in your coffee. And if you have the peptides, they mix in easily. If you put it in Knox gelatin, pretty soon you're going to have clumpy coffee and it's not going to taste as good.
I'm so glad you said that. I don't know why I've never done that because I'm not a big, I can't do a lot of liquid. God help me when it's time for the colonoscopy. And they say, just get a giant cup of warm, tap water and drink it. I'm like, there is no way I'm going to be able to get that down with the gelatin. So I'm glad I can put it in the coffee.
Yeah, just, like I tell everyone, if you want to spend the extra money, I'm a bit of a tightwad. Go and get yourself the peptides. It's a few pennies more per serving, but
easier to get down for a lot of people.
By the way, full disclosure, I keep the peptides in the house and sometimes I'll just go to it if I just want to throw it in coffee, because that's the only way Serena will do it.
Yeah, I get it. I'm the same.
So she won't touch the Knox.
Yeah, I get it.
Even if I'm making, put a little, I'll take fresh vanilla and scrape it while I'm with the hot water and the whole thing. While I'm making the Jello.
Yeah.
She won't touch it. She will not touch it. But
for an extra $12, you might as well get the thing you'll drink.
I don't even think it's that much more expensive.
Yeah, I don't know.
So and you see what I do is I'll put it in the blender. I'll just put the cup of water in the blender and have the blender on very low and just sprinkle the Knox in and then pour it out.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Huh. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
How I was going to say, how much are you using? Because I could probably just use my milk frother too and blend it.
Yeah, you can use. Yeah, you can do it with a milk frother. NutriBullet works if you have one of those. I call it the vegan special. I've had the same blender, the Vitamix 720.
Oh, they're going to bury my mom with that Vitamix. I mean, those are amazing.
They never go away.
Ever, and they never break.
Never break. Oh, knock on wood.
Yeah, I know.
As you my Vitamix. When I left LA, I had to have my own. Everything was in these big containers.
Yeah, big bins.
Big container trucks came.
Oh yeah.
Furniture and everything went in there. I carried in my truck. I had stuff in my truck and I had a U-Haul on the back. because I had to bring all my guns and ammo. I couldn't,
Sure.
I couldn't trust that to someone else, and safes. And I had to
No.
put the safes in the U-Haul and the whole thing. The Vitamix was strapped in next to me in the passenger seat. That's the kind.
Seatbelt.
Yeah, it had its own little seatbelt. Like, don't worry, baby.
It's you and me in an open road.
Tramps like us, we were born to run. Yeah. We're going to the East Coast or bust.
That's my favorite image ever. You, Smokey and the Bandit with his little Vitamix next to
Oh
him.
yeah, instead of my beagle. What did he have? He had a basset hound.
Oh God.
Oh God, what's his name? God, he passed away. Adam's friend came to help me move.
Oh, Ozzy.
Ozzy. I still have a thing that a little message Ozzy wrote on one of my boxes. I cut it out. It sits right over there.
I loved him so much. He was so
Serena and Ozzy were like, because Serena speaks perfect Spanish, right? So she and Ozzy were able to communicate.
So finally, somebody can have a clear conversation with Ozzy.
And she goes, he's really smart. And it's like, I know he's a really good guy.
Yeah, great guy.
And I told Ozzy when we were cleaning up the house, I said, Ozzy, don't touch it. And every time he would walk past it, he'd go, hey, you want me to take that? And it's like, don't touch it. Vitamix. That's a legend in the vegan world.
That is so
Right
funny.
there.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. So here's where we're at today, everybody. Vitamin E, Vitamix, and peptides, whether through your Knox blocks, if your mom's making it for you, or the collagen peptide, tub of the powdered stuff. If nothing else, can I add one thing that you already know, you already love? I got the idea from Anna because you told me that she does this. And so I've been doing it, and I'm telling you, it has helped me mentally and physically. You told me a long time ago that since Anna works from home, she always has a kettlebell next to her.
Mhm.
And instead of just sitting in a chair and, until your ass is hermetically sealed to the seat, you get up, you use your kettlebell. Well, because I'm Gina, I had to get a cute one, this gold and pink one. It was 20 pounds and it was too heavy. So I had to go back for the 15, at least for now.
Okay.
If I'm walking around the house, I'm watching TV, all I'm doing, I'm just constantly using this. And my husband's just like, what do you do? What? Come sit down. I'm like, no, if we're going to watch this, I'm just going to stand here and do this. And when I'm thinking of an idea, when I'm about to write something, if it would just be me sitting or standing and staring at something, I have the kettlebell in my hand and just mentally, I mean, I hope it's making me stronger. I'll know, I guess, when the 15 is too light, but mentally it's helping me a lot.
What movement do you were just moving your arms up and down. Do you do any squats with it or anything?
So, since we've met, I am a no lunge, no squat kind of gal. And for whatever reason, I think it's just because I've been walking for so many years, it doesn't hurt anymore. So, I'm not sitting around with my kneecaps turning to powder. So now I do lunges, now I do squats, and I do hold, I hold the kettlebell in one hand and I hold on to my chair, my windowsill in the other, because I just don't have great balance.
Right.
Even with the balance board, it's helped a little. The amazing one that you got me. I need that kind of stuff because I just don't have like a good inner ear. I'll fall over just standing. So I use that and I do lunges, squats, and then usually with the kettlebell, I'll either just bring it up and do the slower down because that's a Vinnie thing. I'll do the slower up and down in the back. If you could see me, I just have it behind my head. It's going up and down. I'll do the one-sided lawnmower, like if I'm leaning against the couch or a chair.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Gina, I'm impressed and I'm very, I'm very happy.
Me too.
Whenever, because I have to think all the time, like sounds weird. I have to think all the time. I have to make decisions all the time. I have to write stuff all the time because when you're doing Instagram and YouTube and, podcasts and the whole thing, and I have notepads everywhere and I just have pens everywhere. And, when I have a thought, I just write it down next to my bed and everywhere. And if I start to get that block, I'll just get right back here on my rack and just pop out 10, 15 pull-ups I'll grab a jump rope
Really?
right here and I'll jump for a minute or two. Just grab the jump rope and just start skipping the whole thing. Somehow that just, when you just start doing something repetitiously, it just jogs your memory. In the winter, I heat this room with wood, right? I have central air, but it's like, why put it on down here? I have this big wood burning fireplace, and I'll just go back and forth and just start moving wood into this room. Just anything like that will get you thinking. With my, I cut my own grass, right? The lawnmower is perfect time. And so what I do is I keep the phone with me. And if I have a thought, I just go to the notes and I talk it in really fast, 2 or 3. And at the end of 2 hours of mowing, 3 hours or whatever it takes me, I'll come in and jot it all down.
Yeah.
Right. It's the perfect way to be the writer's block.
Yeah. It's so interesting. And I'm sure there's tons of science that's easily searchable, but for just us, knuckleheads talking about, proof of concept anecdotally, it makes such a difference. And it's funny because, you always say, well, I'm going to do this as long as the TV's on. And then you find yourself slumped back on the couch. Even if I'm sitting, I'll drop it between my legs and do it. I mean, I don't have to, there's no excuses because I can literally do it sitting down watching TV. And I just like having it. I like the weight. I like the repetition, and it's been nice.
Gina, can you show me that kettlebell again? It looked like it was gold lame or something. What the hell you have it?
You've met me, right? It's gold and pink.
Collection or
I went to Target with every intention of getting a normal, just blue rubber one, but this one really called to me.
Yeah,
I just really wanted it. But I have to admit, like I said, I got the 20 and I got it home, and it was too heavy and I wasn't using it. And I was like, you know what? There's no point in having it sit there. If it's too heavy, no shame in that. So I went back and got the 15. And right now that's where I need to be. And then I'll get the 20.
Folks, if you want to catch up with Gina Grad, she now has another podcast. She's cheating on me. It's called The Brian and Gina Show. It's done by LA Magazine. You can go check out Brian and Gina Show. I am now a fan. I've listened to, I want to say every episode. Maybe I've missed one, but I think I've heard every episode. But look, I mean, I try to support my friends, and it's not hard listening. Gina, I got to be honest with you. It makes me miss the parts of LA that I used to like.
Yep. We hear that a lot. We hear that a lot, that it's nostalgic for people who used to live here. It's good for people who don't want to visit and just want to know about the city. And the latest one, I think, as you're listening to this, you're going to love. Have you ever been in the Magic Castle?
No.
Well, we have an expert that says everything about the iconic mansion Magic Castle in Hollywood. We had a great time talking to him.
So everything, you guys talked about places and things, and when you were going from deli to deli, I've been to every one of those delis. I was a deli guy. There's some great delis around LA. The museums. You guys mentioned the one out in Pasadena. Was it the Huntington?
Oh, the Huntington Library?
Yeah.
Or the Gonzo Gardens?
Well, Huntington Gardens, but there's also a second museum out in Pasadena that you guys did not mention.
What is it?
Now you see, it just slipped my mind. Maybe I should go do some jump rope.
Exactly.
It's not the Guggenheim. It's I love museums, and it's slipping my mind right now.
Is it the museum past the California Art Museum, the Norton Simon?
Norton Simon.
Yeah.
Norton Simon has, it's small, but it will rival the art that you will find in the two in LA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been here. Thank you for inspiring me.
Yeah, go check out the Norton Simon. But you guys are talking about great stuff, and I've been hiking and listening to you guys and going, oh, I miss this and I miss that, and man, what a wonderful, because LA for me turned into a shithole.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I mean, right out in front of my house was becoming unlivable.
Unlivable.
Yeah, just Yeah, I don't want to get into it because somehow it gets political, even though it's not political. It's a problem.
Yeah, it's a quality of life issue for everybody on every side.
So we looked around and went, we can't be here. But boy, you guys are making us realize that, yeah, there's some good sides of LA.
Thank you. And you know, it's pushing me to get out of the house more and reignite my love for some of these like fun old haunts and just you know, go out again.
Yeah. So folks,
Thank
go
you.
listen to that. You know what to do with us. We all go shopping on Amazon. Before you go there, go to VinnieTortorich.com, click through the banner. Then you could buy your cardiovascular research tocotrienol vitamin E when you do that. So go check that out. Oh, folks, I'm doing more on my how you say a YouTube channel.
Yes.
I'm actually doing some, pointed videos. So it's almost like a 2 and 3 and 4 minute version of the podcast where I'm just giving hard hitting stuff like 10 tips here, 5 tips there, boom, 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 in and out, very digestible. People seem to be loving that. I'm really going for it over there. So go check out, subscribe on my YouTube channel and all of that good stuff. On behalf of Gina Grad, my name is Vinnie Tortorich. Put life into living, and let's do it with a little more Rod Stewart.